If SharePoint feels confusing, then you're not alone. This is video 1 in a 3-part series where we're going to take a look at SharePoint and break down some of those mysteries. This video, we will take a look at what SharePoint is, how it's structured, how you can get to your sites, and look at some of the various components and how they fit together. Part 2, which will be linked down in the description, we're going to delve into document libraries, why they're used, how you can use things like versioning control to maintain tighter control of your documents. And then in part 3, which will also be linked down below, we will take a look at some more advanced features such as searching, sending links to files, and sharing files securely. By the end of this video, and by the end of the video series, you should be a lot more confident in your ability to understand what SharePoint is and how you can make the most out of it. But you know the deal, let's head on over to the computer and take a look. So here is the SharePoint homepage that Microsoft give you. Just worth noting that this is out of the box. There are lots of different ways that you can configure your own home site with easier and better navigation to your own sites within an employee experience, but that's not the topic of this video. We're just going to look at what Microsoft give you out of the box. So over on the left-hand side, you will see a list of the SharePoint sites which I'm following. So they're sites that I've specifically applied this little star against. So they're quick jumping off points so I can get to those sites really quickly. Just scrolling down, I've got a list of all of the sites that I've interacted with recently. If I want to add one to my favorites, I can do so by just clicking on the little follow button, and you'll see that then appears up here in following, so I can get to that site quickly and easily. If I want to have a look at all of the sites that I've looked at most recently, I can click on the See All button and I'll get this list there. I can scroll back, and any items that I've saved for later within SharePoint. This is really interesting. I can save individual pages within SharePoint for later, and I can then get access to them quickly from this homepage experience. There's also a way that you can get access to them from within other certain SharePoint pages. Again, a topic for a more advanced video. If there is news being published from any of your sites, they will show up here as well. So I've got a list of news items from sites. And then again, down here within this main page, I've got my frequent sites that I can quickly jump off to. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to click through and I'm going to look through one of my recent sites and we'll take a look. Okay, so here I am. I'm within a SharePoint site. So let's take a look at some of the components that we've got in here. It's much more than just documents. So along the top here, I have this particular site is connected to a hub. So there is a hub navigation menu. So a hub is a way to aggregate different SharePoint sites together. And here within this top level hub site, I have this navigation menu where I can jump off to other sites. That's what I was talking about earlier, when you can have a more custom experience than Microsoft gives you. A topic for another video. Then I have my local site navigation. The navigation is really important. When this is configured correctly, it allows you to get to all of the data that you need within your site quickly and easily. Here we've got the recycle bin. I've got access to the site contents and access to project documents. We'll go on to that in a moment. But here in my SharePoint site, I have a page. Now, a page is a place where information can be displayed and presented to you. Just think of it like any other web page. I've got images, I've got text. Down here, I've got this view, which is showing me the status of current projects. And then over on the right-hand side, I've got a list of recent documents that I've got access to. If I click on this project documents link, again, this takes me to another page. I've got a link through to a reporting dashboard here, and again, a list of most recently accessed documents. What I have here embedded within the page is a document library. Now, a document library is basically the guts of SharePoint. That's where all of my files and documents are living. I can take that document library and I can embed it within a page. So I've got access to all of my documents, but I can have other information around it, such as things like the most recently accessed documents, this project reporting link, which will take me off to another page. But I can click through into here, and I've got access to all of my documents within that particular library. There may well be other document libraries within this site, but if I want to see all of those, I can go through into site contents, and I'll see everything that lives within this site. Now, depending on how your site's configured, you may have one document library, you may have many. But a quick way to get to them is to click through into the site contents link if it exists within your site. You can also get to it from this cog menu, site contents. So that will always be available to you, whether it's within the navigation or not. So here I have a list of all of my different document libraries. I have SharePoint lists as well. We're not going to cover SharePoint lists in this video or in this series, but it is something that we will talk about in a subsequent video, the beauty and the joy of SharePoint lists. But here I've got all of my different document libraries. I can click through, I can look at my project proposals, I can look at my project plans. So getting to all of the data that I need in SharePoint really isn't that scary. Right from that home page, which I've got access to here, I can quickly find all of the sites that I recently access, any that I follow. So Microsoft does do a pretty good job of aggregating that all together for you. Once you're in the SharePoint site, once you understand the components, how the pages are put together, how the navigation works, and how to get to your document libraries, it will make your life a lot easier. So there we go, SharePoint demystified. We took a look at the SharePoint homepage, how we can get to our favorite sites and those that we follow most frequently. And we had a look through some of the components which make up our SharePoint sites, pages, navigation. We did take a quick look through document libraries, but if you do want to find out more about using document libraries efficiently, how to structure your data, how to filter your views, how to use versions, then check out the next video in this series, which is linked down in the description, where we'll delve into that in a lot more detail. But if you are still struggling, then head on over to our website at iglootech.com. Again, it is linked down in the description. Fill out that contact form and we'd love to talk to you.